For clumsy reasons, J.D. Vance and Erika Kirk's embrace is becoming popular. To celebrate Erika's late husband, and TPUSA, the vice president attended a ceremony at the University of Mississippi on Wednesday that was hosted by Turning Point USA. Charlie Kirk, the founder. However, Erika's presentation of Vance is becoming viral because, well, you will see soon enough. Tonight, I am tremendously blessed and honored to be able to introduce to you a very, very dear friend and his wife. They are incredible, Erika started. No one will ever replace my husband, no. However, she went on to say that she sees some similarities between her husband and J.D. Then, as an amazing man, Erika exited the stage. Vance was briefly displayed in a montage, but he was soon hugged once more. What in the world were Erika Kirk and J.D. Vance doing? Like that hug? In front of everyone, the vice president gave Charlie Kirk's widow a very uncomfortable hug. Regarding a hug he gave Erika Kirk, the widow of conservative political campaigner Charlie Kirk, that was a bit too close, Vice President J.D. Vance has some explaining to do. The two were at the University of Mississippi on Wednesday night as part of Turning Point USA's This is the Turning Point tour, which Charlie co-founded. That Erika took over after he passed away. In addition to being the featured guest, Vance also took over Charlie's previous position of engaging in on-stage debates with college students. However, the internet is less interested in the tour itself or in the fact that Vance is able to act as a conservative influencer while holding the position of vice president. With Vance's hands on her waist and her face seeming to show some emotion at the same moment, they're discussing the hug between him and Kirk's widow. Numerous commentators seem to indicate that this does not bode well for Usha, Vance's wife. Vance's comments about his Mississippi photographs do not help. Event attended by his wife, where he expressed his hope that Usha will renounce her Hindu beliefs and convert to Christianity. Their 3 children are all with the 2 oldest attending a Christian school and growing up in a Christian home. I honestly do wish that because I believe in the Christian gospel, and I hope that my wife will eventually feel the same way, he said. If she doesn't, then God says that everyone has free will. Thus, I don't have a problem with that. That's something you figure out. If there is nothing between Kirk and Vance, the vice president's comments and the hug are already generating speculation. And her parents have worked hard for Vance, but at the very least, what happened on Wednesday seems disrespectful. Erika Kirk J.D. Vance on stage embrace. After Erika noticed some parallels between Charlie and J.D., the video became viral. Looks like the grieving widow has moved on, netizens remarked on social media. Following a recent public event, social media users are raving about a viral moment when Erika Kirk, the widow of conservative advocate Charlie Kirk, posted a kind message. During the Turning Point USA event in Mississippi, the U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance gave me a bear hug on stage. The hug quickly became viral, generating a range of strong responses online. The controversy over the hug between J.D. Vance and Erika Kirk gains traction, with the question, do people have no mercy? Since a picture of Erika Kirk embracing Vice President J.D. Vance went viral, she has received some backing despite the online backlash. At the TPUSA University of Mississippi event on Wednesday, Vance and Erika, who is now the CEO of Turning Point USA, shared the platform. At the TPUSA University of Mississippi event, which J.D. Vance also attended, Charlie Kirk's widow, Erika Kirk, delivered a speech. AFP. J.D. Vance was also present at the TPUSA University of Mississippi event, where Charlie Kirk's widow, Erika Kirk, gave a speech. Now that the photos of the two have fueled divorce rumors about the VP, Erika's introductory remarks for Vance have also gained attention. It's interesting to note that this occurs after Vance's recent revelation that he hoped his Hindu wife, Usha, would convert to Christianity, which has caused his personal life to be scrutinized. In a piece published on X, Vance has now made it clear that she has no plans to convert. The majority of the critics of the embrace between Erika Kirk and J.D. Vance highlighted the fact that during it, she had put his hand on the back of his head. There were rumors about the pair because many people thought it was inappropriate. However, a portion of the internet community has voiced their support for Erika. What the backers of Erika Kirk stated. One of Erika Kirk's supporters attempted to argue that some people are born sensitive and that this doesn't necessarily mean anything else. I'm a hot-blooded American guy, so I get it, signals get misread. But there are just naturally touchy women, the person on X said. However, it's quite rude for anyone to be dunking on Erika Kirk for it right now, the individual said. Why are people calling this embrace between JD Vance and Erika Kirk inappropriate? I've seen Erika hug other people like this, another person chimed in. In general, I believe she's just a touchy/close hugger. I don't think it's sexual. However, another individual noted that this is how Erika Kirk hugs. Posting a picture of herself that was taken on September 10th, the day after Charlie Kirk was murdered. Another individual commented, I've seen women do this, sharing the picture. To those with whom they have undoubtedly not engaged in sexual activity. Isn't it more likely to be an expression of love and gratitude, maybe filtered through the loneliness of sorrow? A handshake of gratitude and solidarity, not lust? They also said, some women are just handsy, especially moms. One individual posted the complete video of Erika and Vance's on-stage engagement, asserting that specific screenshots enabled others to pretend this was inappropriate. The individual continued, saying, this doesn't seem at all incorrect. The public criticism that Erika Kirk was receiving was also attacked by another individual. Leave Erika Kirk alone. My goodness, the cruelty for clicks, the willingness to pass such. It's simply unacceptable to treat a devastated, newly widowed woman with such poor judgment by offering her a hug and a pair of trousers. Don't you guys have any sense? Mercy, the individual asked. Turning Point USA's event at the University of Mississippi will see Vance join Erika Kirk. Conservative campaigners have taken over Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA organization and are finishing his college tour after his passing. On Wednesday, his widow, Erika Kirk, and Vice President J.D. Vance are set to speak at the University of Mississippi. Liz, a White House correspondent, is also anticipated to speak. Landers reports live from the event. Jeff Bennett. In the wake of Charlie Kirk's death, conservative activists have taken over his organization, Turning Point USA, and finished his college tour campuses, while expanding on the movement he headed. The University of Mississippi, where our White House correspondent Liz Landers is currently, will host a speech tonight by Vice President J.D. Vance and Erika Kirk, his widow. What, then, do you think the Vice President will do at Ole Miss this evening? Liz Landers. For this occasion, Vance is joining us here on the Ole Miss campus in Oxford, Mississippi. And after Charlie Kirk was murdered in September, Erika Kirk expressed her intention to carry on her husband's work of organizing these sorts of events on college and high school campuses. This is the lifeblood of Turning Point USA, reaching young people and teaching them, according to TPUSA, about faith, freedom, and family. She will be joining the Vice President here this evening. In fact, we anticipate him answering audience questions, similar to how Charlie Kirk did at Utah Valley University on the day of his murder in September. Jeff Bennett. I am aware, Liz, as you have said, that you have been chatting to the pupils there all day. What have they been telling you? Liz Landers. Well, one of the young women we chatted with yesterday, we came to attend the Turning Point USA meeting, which was their prep session, said that her family had been quite supportive of her choice to pursue a career in STEM. Attended last night and chatted with a few of the attendees afterwards. A young lady informed me that the murder of Kirk altered her political perspective. Before Charlie Kirk was killed, I wasn't a member of Turning Point USA at Ole Miss, according to Mary Kate Dowdy, a member of the organization. I am now a member of the group. I mean, I think it really helps to put things into perspective about how divided our nation has become and how crucial it is. In order for individuals to participate and simply take pride in their convictions. Liz Landers. We interviewed a number of young women, including Mary Kate, while we were on campus. The gender gap that is evident in some national surveys is not what we are seeing. Some of the meetings we've seen TPUSA conduct have just as many, if not more, conservative women. The campus organization that we are witnessing here because there are young men. Sean, one of the young men participating in TPUSA on campus, spoke with us. He is a resident of this place. He claimed that he grew up with liberal parents but has joined several conservative organizations since arriving at Ole Miss. Member of Turning Point USA at Ole Miss, Sean Gusso, in spite of what everyone tells me, organizations like these are full of hate and populated with people. Since I've started attending these meetings, it's been the exact opposite of anyone who just wants to kill you and is just racist and all the other words. I've never encountered a more friendly group of individuals who are more interested in sharing ideas and having fun while focusing on change rather than simply talking about it. We must get out there and take action. Liz Landers. And Sean, like everyone else we have spoken with over the past 2 days while being on campus, also discussed Jeff, his strong faith, Christianity, and the fact that Charlie Kirk's message at TPUSA spoke about faith and God were all major factors in why he was drawn to the organization. Jeff Bennett. What about the college Democrats? Knowing that this is Mississippi, have they made any effort to establish a presence on campus today? Liz Landers. Indeed, certainly. At the same time as this event is planned for this evening, a coalition of progressive and liberal organizations is arranging it. They are holding a community meeting on the Mississippi Rise Up. They will have local elected officials as well as a few national federal officials, such Congressman Ro Khanna. Their goal for tonight is to express opposition to the Trump administration and Vance's involvement in this occasion. Earlier today, we spoke with a few of the college Democrats leaders here at the University of Mississippi. University of Mississippi College Democrats Calvin Wood, in my opinion, the TPUSA event will not be a helpful forum for conversation and, more importantly, a secure forum for all of us to express our views and our opposition to the Trump administration. Therefore, I believe that this is a wonderful chance for our members to get together and express themselves in a secure environment. Liz Landers. Furthermore, free expression is a significant component of the Turning Point USA culture. But in 2019, a University of Mississippi staff member was terminated for speaking out. The aftermath of Charlie Kirk's murder for social media posts she had reposted online. She is currently suing the university's chancellor, claiming that her termination infringed upon her First Amendment rights. Jeff Bennett. Tonight, we are in Oxford, Mississippi, on the campus of the University of Mississippi, with Liz Landers. We would want to express our gratitude to you, Liz. J.D. Vance and Erika Kirk's embrace was deemed inappropriate as she highlighted the parallels between him and Charlie Kirk. At the University of Mississippi, J.D. Vance gave a speech at a Turning Point USA event. Erika Kirk is not letting her late husband's connection with J.D. Vance wane in the wake of his passing. Last month, during a Turning Point USA event at Utah Valley University, Charlie Kirk was murdered at the institution. When Kirk was killed by a gunshot to the neck, he was sitting beneath an open tent, answering audience questions. His wife Erika and their 2 little children are among the right-wing campaigners' survivors. As the new CEO of the nonprofit, Erika promised to complete his vision after Kirk's death. Since then, Erika has kept her word and held an event on Wednesday, October 29th, at the University of Mississippi, as part of This series. The Turning Point Tour is where J.D. Vance was invited. Before the vice president took the stage, Erika addressed the audience, saying, "When our team asked my dear friend, Vice President J.D. Vance, to speak, I gave it a lot of prayer today because, as you might imagine, it's a very emotional and heartfelt day." According to the New York Post, she then referred to the vice president as a very, very dear friend, adding, "No one will ever replace my husband, but JD does have certain parallels, in my opinion." People are talking about the hug between Vance and Erika, which occurred on stage before Vance took the podium. In a rather intimate moment that has drawn some attention, Erika placed her hand on the back of the vice president's head as they embraced. Perhaps Usha has something to say about that embrace, a man remarked about Vance's wife. I have never wanted to touch any man's hair during a hug other than my husband's. It's strange, another person tweeted. This is strange. JD Vance and Erika Kirk are one inappropriate appearance away from claiming that God spoke to them and they have to get married now, a third said. Why would she touch the VP of the United States hair/head in an embrace, asked someone. Vance and Turning Point USA have been contacted by Unilad for comment. Vance's words on his wife's religion and his desire for her to become a Christian were additional discussion points during Wednesday evening's gathering. According to her spouse, Usha Vance was raised in a Hindu family that was not particularly religious, and she frequently goes to church with him. Because I believe in the Christian gospel, and I hope that my wife will eventually come to see it the same way, I truly do wish for that, he added. If she doesn't, then God says, everyone has free will, so that doesn't cause a problem for me, the vice president continued. You figure that out.